feeling strong feels amazing. It's one thing to look great. It's totally okay to want to look great. But there's something so empowering about being physically strong and knowing that you did that yourself. And no, you're not going to get big and bulky. It's scientifically impossible. I promise.
Oh, she got her head in the clouds, and she's not backing down.
Good morning, guys. I am sitting on my patio. It's a pretty foggy, dreary day, but I wanted to explain to you my training program that I'm doing right now. So I've mentioned before in a video and on my Instagram that I also like to build up my strength and my 1 rep maxes. So obviously when I'm doing a cut, that's not something that I can really concentrate on because I'm losing body fat, losing a little bit of muscle mass, and therefore my strength is decreasing, especially at the end of the prep. So now that I'm bulking and on my improvement season, my off season, and as I'm putting on weight and putting on size, I like to concentrate more on increasing my strength. Basically some powerlifting type of training is what I'm working on. So I still do bodybuilding, hypertrophy, type of work, but that's kind of my assistance accessory work. And the rest of the time I am focusing on some of my compound lifts. Now, there's a lot of programming and stuff out there that you can do to build your strength. A program that I have found that I really like and is really great if you haven't, been powerlifting or doing a lot of this kind of training before is the Wendler Log or Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 plan. Essentially what it is it's based around 4 lifts, and you're supposed to do them on different days. Okay, and those lifts are your barbell squat, right, your bench, your deadlift, and your military press. And you perform those on, like I said, different days. So you have one sort of major compound lift per day, and then you do some assistance work, like accessory work that goes with, that body part or area of your body that you're training that you do afterwards. So I'm going to end up putting a lot of this information on the screen, and I'm also going to put some links to some articles and type out this information I'm telling you in the description box below as well. I'm going to show you what I did. This was my chest workout, so this was my bench. Was the compound lift I was doing that day, and I'll show you basically the sets and reps and kind of how that fit with my Wendler 5-3-1 program. So enjoy the workout. Hey guys, so when I first researched what I was going to do as far as building my strength and what kind of powerlifting type programming I wanted to do, I found the Wendler 5-3-1 program and thought it looked simple. Then I actually found an app that I put on my iPhone that is created to help you calculate your percentages. The amounts that you're seeing on the screen are screenshotted from the app on my phone. Now just be careful, sometimes the weight that they tell you to use, for example, this 57 pounds, because of the way the weights are incremented, I can't actually do that weight. So in this case, I actually rounded. I did 55 pounds here. In some cases, I round up. This last set that you're seeing is my AMRAP set. AMRAP stands for as many reps as possible. I did 13 reps at this 65-pound weight. So the way that the Wendler's 5-3-1 program is set up is that you complete your 4 compound lifts within a week. That is called a wave. This is week 1 of my mesocycle. So for my bench press, I did 3 warm-up sets in which I only filmed actually the last warm-up set, followed by 3 working sets. all with 5 reps, except for the last set. You're allowed to keep going and do as many reps as possible. In your second week, your 3 working sets are 3 reps, 3 reps, and then 3 plus, or AMRAP. And your third week, you're doing 5 reps, 3 reps, and a 1 rep max. And then your fourth week is a deload week at much lower weights to let your body recover before you increase your weight.
Once you've completed a whole mesocycle, you get to recalculate what your 1 rep max is, because it's probably changed since you've increased your strength, and you start over in another mesocycle, but now with a little bit higher working weight, and so your percentage weights are going to be a little bit different. And so you'll just repeat this process, and that's how you build your strength. I am currently in week 2 of my second mesocycle, and so far I have really enjoyed the program. I have increased my strength, and it's doing its job basically. Now, I do recommend this program if you're just getting into powerlifting and you want to build your strength. I don't think it's for the intermediate advanced level, and it's definitely probably not what you should do if you're wanting to like compete in a powerlifting meet. I think you should work with someone else who's more experienced with powerlifting programming. All of the work that I did after my bench press is all assistance work and accessory work. So they're just other exercises that I'm completing that also work my chest muscles, and in this case my triceps as well. I hit my triceps on the same day as chest. This one is the Easy Bar Skull Crushers. They used to be really difficult for me, even with a 20-pound Easy Bar, and I'm now up to 30 pounds, but you can see, especially at the end, I struggle with it a little bit. When I do these exercises after my compound lift, I do a hypertrophy, more high rep, high volume type of work, as opposed to the very heavy but smaller sets that I'm doing with the Wendler Log program.